We are instantly rewarded with a scrap imp. It's Scorpid versus Scorpid. Oh god. Yeah, the numbers are a little finicky because I don't think that was legitimate. Like, let me look at like Scorpid versus Scorpid. The numbers are a little weird because sometimes it's mixing in old data with new data. Because it's probably looking at like since patch 20.0, so it's not quite as low. It's actually like, it's still significantly below Venomous Scorpid, but it's not as bad as that number indicated. So that's the thing, is like, what's really kind of annoying right now is that I can't really trust the win rates because they're just not accurate because of that. Flyer is less good because of you don't need it in Warlock, but you do need initiative. It's actually talking about this, like, it shows that they're the same, but if you look at Forged in the Barrens patch, it's actually 3% higher. That's just because initiative, even though it's like you don't actually need like a fishy flyer in Warlock, it's just initiative is so valuable. Cable Rat. The funny thing is Cable Rat is better in Warlock because it works with because it activates Evil Genius. I don't know. I think I just want the healing potential here. Take one of these. Take one of these. So that's the thing, is like, it's not one of the nice features of this tracker is that I can click the HS replay button. When I click it, it automatically pulls up the cards so I can look. And like, because of that, because it's filtered to 20.0, there's 2 different Jungle Panthers apparently. Like, it doesn't, but yeah, that's the thing, is like, that's just an example where it's like, if you don't filter it properly, it's not reliable. So you kind of have to do that. So 1-drops I noticed are really good, but we already have 2 1-drops. Dude, why do we get 2 Soul Rens? We have like this Zoo deck, and then where we don't actually want this card, and then we get 2 of these. This card is just like super broken. Oh my god. Yeah, it's one of the funny things. Like, this is one of those situations. Also, like, talking about like stats and stuff, like, this card, like, actually, even though this is objectively a better card than this in this class, I don't know if there's a way to get value out of the pirate tag. Like, this card has a substantially lower win rate, but the only reason this card has a lower win rate, even though it's literally just a better version of this, is that people just don't play it on curve when they should. You know? I think that's one of the things. It's like, you obviously take the better card, but that's the thing, is like, you have to understand that there's biases to stats and stuff, so. Oh my god. Dude, it actually might not even be correct to take this watch post. Because we have literally 17,000 3-drops. I don't care though. Because yeah, like, the ping would actually be extremely valuable. Like, it might actually be wrong to take it there, but I mean, the hell. It's like literally our entire deck dies to this. Like, I don't know. This one has to just be wrong, right? Like, there's just no way. It's just, we can't, like, I don't know what we're trying to do with this. I think I'm just gonna take the abusive, honestly. Like, it's just, I think this doesn't help us. Yeah, let's try this. Okay, this might solve all of our problems. Fair enough. Why do we get all of the broken 3-drops offered all in the same draft? What the hell? The thing is like, I don't think I'd take a potion vendor over like this, over the 3rd best 3-drop ever printed. The only two better 3-drops ever printed are this one and this one. And then there's like class 3-drops that are really good like these. But like what is with our 3-drop quality in this deck? It's obscene. Do we want a 2? We want something in our deck that doesn't die to Soul Rend, right? We can actually lethal people with Raider Soul Rend on turn 9. We're actually probably going to do that. We're just going to unironically do that like at least once probably. Sounds really good. Let's do that. We actually have enough demons that this should actually be playable. This is such a weird... This has been like the weirdest draft I think I've ever had. It's like obviously this would normally be an insta-pick flyer, but I think I actually just want this. Tiny Fin is actually pretty good when you have Evil Genius for kind of, you know, obvious reasons, but yeah, we still just, I think we still just take the threat. Okay. Deck might not be, I honestly just don't know how well this deck will work. Poncho, thanks for the follow. Jumbo Imp has arrived. Into the back of the deck he goes. Okay, maybe he goes into the middle of the deck. Maybe. We have found the answer to watch posts. Just have this exact combo of cards, and then watch posts are balanced. Easy. Imagine struggling with watch posts when you could have the exact 2-card combo that very specifically answers it on curve. I think this card's fair also. These are honestly just going to be like completely dead cards, I feel like. I forget what the second one was up against. Like the first one, it was too early to tell. I probably should have even skipped the second one. I don't know though. They'll still be good in like really long games. The way our deck is like really awkward, it's like if we weren't a Warlock... It's why I like Warlock so much. It's like if this deck was not a Warlock deck, this would be an absolute disaster. But because we're Warlock, we can probably make it work. Because Life Tap is so good for giving like abominations of deck constructions sometimes. I see what you're doing. You're trying to piss me off, huh? trying to cause trouble, huh? And this should be fine. What are you looking at? Is the last one you're looking at? I don't know what numbers you're looking at exactly, because the numbers I see don't match up. Which is actually kind of interesting. Let me see. Can you guys see this? Like the yeah, you can see this. Like the mulligan win rate. This is the average win rate of the card when the game. Average win rate of the card when the games when the card ended up in the opening hand. Far Watch Post is almost as good as Mor'shan Watch Post according to this, which is crazy. And like as we know, like Mor'shan Watch Post, it's like if you played on turn 3, you just obscene how high win rate it is. It's just not even remotely reasonable. Should I tempo this? Maybe. Am I going to? No. Should I have? Maybe. Given the Cabal Outfitter? I don't know. Surely nothing bad happens. It's one of those games I see. This is so dumb. All right, so if we believe easy clap. Easiest game of our lives. Easy game. Three spells in hand, okay. Do we kill that or do we claw it? It should be okay to leave it up. We definitely don't double trade on board. That doesn't seem worth it. I think we just play Ring Matron and it shouldn't be that bad. I mean, we all know, you guys know that if I ever say nothing bad's gonna happen, then nothing bad ever happens, right? You guys know that, so. Literally every time I've ever said nothing bad happens, nothing bad has ever happened ever. So it's great. Especially when I say surely nothing bad happens. Not just when I say nothing bad will happen. Surely nothing bad will happen. That's how we know immediately that nothing bad will happen. Okay, bad things are happening. Okay, that wasn't actually that bad. Huh. If that's the extent of the bad things that are happening, actually, okay, yeah. No, that's actually, like, that is actually a totally reasonable level of not too bad, so yeah, we'll take that. We will take that. I think we claw this.
That's my spotlight.
You can make an 8/8 Stormwind, but just putting all your... In certain matchups, you would do that, I think. That would have been a better play, but against Priest, who has, like, you know, Shower Death and things like that, probably not the best idea.
Can I get a miracle? You're not laughing.
Could you not do that? Alright, how... Do we believe again? Because if we believe again, we play Stormwind, we put this in, and then it's another 50-50. I mean, we already won one 50-50, so that means this is a lucky game, right? So we always win the second 50-50. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Probably better to not. We are really bad at lackey RNG today is what I've learned. I think we'll pull another surely nothing battle happen here. Where he's put a million minions on board. If we don't get AoE'd, he won't kill all of them, and then Stormwind will just kind of win the game by itself. Would be the idea. It's not like we even like... Our board honestly isn't that weak to Holy Nova even, so it's not even like we would lose the game to it. It'd be really bad, but... That's fine. Yeah, like he would like board clear us with Nova. He would board clear us, have a 4/7, still have 4 mana left over. It'd be bad, but... When I play 8/8, basically, yeah, playing on Shower Death. Because it's just like, I feel like it seems like he doesn't have AoE, and I'm more afraid of, you know, yeah, him doing something like that. So he had the initiation, probably not the death, but the initiation, so it would have been, you know, that's kind of what I was worried about. Because I kind of felt like something was going to be there. Double flyer is full clear, right? Probably do that. Stormwind isn't enough damage. Yeah, it's like definitely not enough damage. It's not terrible, but I think double flyer is better. It's like with Priest, honestly, if you just run him out of stuff, it's just like, what are they gonna do? Knock him off board, run him out of cards. You have life tap, they don't. Easy clap. So I should stop tempting fate because I say, what are they gonna do? And then he immediately plays Draconic Studies, and then he immediately plays Ysera the Dreamer. It's none of these things. We're gonna go Yep Hog. I think we're gonna go Yep Hog. Question is, do we play Stormwind first? Because I was actually initially thinking you would play Stormwind and just play this just to have more bodies, and then you have a 1 in 5. But yeah, it's like you're also kind of tempting fate, and it's also, oh, this is a 7/6. Didn't realize that. I always forget about claw machine buffs. It's a real problem. I always forget. It's probably the same situation where it's just like, it's just why take the risk when you just don't have to, right? It's like, I feel like if you are like, well, it's like probably gonna be okay, so let's just take a 1 in 5, it'll be fine. You're literally just tempting fate at that point. It's like, it's whatever bad could happen will happen if you know, do it like that. Dude, he gets Potion of Polymorph when we can't play anything smaller than a 7/6. It's like one of the dumbest interactions in the game, by the way. Like, it's like, just the fact that it's like, when you know it's a secret off of this card, you all automatically know what it is. Like, the whole point of a secret is you're not supposed to know, right? Like, you're doing the Pepe laugh for we didn't know, but we did know. That's the problem. We knew. We knew, chat. We knew. We had critical information and used it properly. Do imprisoned? I'm pretty sure they don't. Like, I don't think you mirror entity dormant, right? I mean, you definitely can't. I actually forget. Like, you can't. Wait, no, you can mirror entity dormant, right? Actually, you can mirror entity dormant. I thought actually. Actually, I don't remember. But you definitely can't potion it, right? Because potion, you just couldn't. I don't think that would work. Actually, I don't 100% know. I think potion and polymorph just wouldn't trigger on Scrap Imp. But I'm pretty sure polymorph would definitely not trigger on that. But it should give you a 1/1 sheep that's dormant for 2 turns. It'd be pretty hilarious if it did, actually. But yeah, now that I remember, I was like, I thought it didn't, but then I remember it's like, no, I've definitely seen people mirror entity dormants. Like, that works, I think. But I think potion just wouldn't trigger. Does repentance trigger? I believe the same way. I think it does not trigger. Something that like actually because you can't modify a dormant minion. That's the thing. But yeah, you can copy it, but you can't modify it. That's where the line is drawn, I think, is that you can't modify it, but you could like copy it. I might just take Backfire, honestly. I don't know. I don't think I want this. Yeah, I'm just gonna take Backfire. So, yeah, if he has a Potion Madness, we probably lose the game, though, actually.
You don't pick the one, silly.
Ah, it's not a Potion Madness. It's only a 1 mana discover a 20% chance at winning the game on the spot. Ah, there's hope. Priest. Yeah, Priest. I wonder if I ever trade that off. Probably not. Oh. 1 mana discover a 10% chance at winning the game on the spot. I mean, honestly, having a 4/3 Divine Shield is pretty legit, and I guess we play this. 4/5 Divine Shield. That's pretty good. They do have a few duds. Very few though, right? There's like a couple, yeah. Might just soul rend this. I think we just use this, right? No! Okay, we lost Soul Fragment, but yeah. A Soul Fragment is just free health, so it's like, that was actually like pretty much the 2 worst discards in our deck. It's actually a disaster. Actually just a disaster. We go for Yep Hog. You could go Stormwind and just like Stormwind's fine. It's just it's the same thing where it's like if you can not play into Shadow or Death, why play into Shadow or Death, you know? It's like, why would it not go face? Why would it not go face? It's fine. Just KJR, thanks for the follow. This game goes fatigue. Will be thankful the Soul Fragment took the hit. You're not wrong. Yeah, we're just planning ahead. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Complaining? It's like, no, this is all according to plan. Like, what are you guys talking about? This is exactly what we wanted. Who's complaining? Wouldn't be me. Wouldn't be me. Alright, we'll try to bait the Shower Death, I guess. Just, we have so many options, but poor guy playing lackeys against this. What's up, Chung? How you doing? It's like you could do this. I think it's probably fine to do. Question is like, do you just take this trade here? Yeah. Sure. Let's get the Wind Fury phase. It's fine. Okay. This poor guy. This poor guy. We actually have lethal. That's a sad thing. We just actually have lethal. Like, this is the thing, right? Is like, it's not like we exactly won because of this card, because we were already really far ahead, but like, it's like, it just doesn't. Like, anyone who enjoys winning with this card might be a sociopath, you know? The thing is like, thankfully the thing is like, you just don't see them that often. They're only in 17% of decks, or I think it's up to 18% now, because originally people weren't all picking them. So you're starting to see more, because more people have gotten tuned into the fact that it's the most broken card ever printed in the neutral set. But, that isn't legendary. But, it would be real if you saw it more often. It would be way worse. The thing is like, you just don't see it quite often enough. Like, it's only being 18% of decks. Like, if this card was twice as common, I think I just wouldn't... I think I honestly would just not stream for a week and just wait until it was removed. But you just don't see it often enough, so it's honestly not the biggest thing. Yeah, I think it was my 11th draft that I saw the first one. And then, I mean, now this is like my 14th draft, and now I have 2 of them. You know, and I think I had a Demon Hunter that also had 2 of them. So they just, like, made me have to pay my dues, and then they gave them to me, but... In that draft, you saw the epic one twice. Probably only been offered that one, like... I think I've only been offered that one, like, twice, period. Star Fox said you're having a lot of trouble in the last expansion. You feel like the generations come endless. It's... Yeah, I mean, I have the same feeling, basically. Like, it's not like it's... It just feels like... It feels like there's just... Like, my win rate I don't think is terrible, but it's just like, it feels like there's not a lot of... You're kind of out of control, you know? There's not a lot of control relative to normal. Because of Demon Hunter being so broken and because of, like, all the kind of Discover... Like, the kind of excess of Discover bullshit. Like, it just feels like you're not in control right now. But I feel like everyone feels that way right now, basically. I don't love this, honestly, but... I haven't checked. Like, my average definitely dropped, but, like, I'm still doing fine. It's just... Let me actually check. What is my... Is the expansion the 30th? What's my average since the 30th? Yeah, I'm sub-infinite, which for me is pretty bad. But I'm still averaging 6.6. But yeah, it's a drop from what I was. Because I was averaging like 8. But now I'm averaging less than 7 by a little bit. So yeah, like, I think everyone's just struggling. Because I think it's just... I honestly... It really feels like you just don't have the same control over the outcome that we're accustomed to, basically. But yeah, variance is just so wide right now. In multiple ways. Deck quality variance, just game variance, opponent variance. Like, it's just everything is like just super out of proportion right now. So like when they do adjust Demon Hunter, that should get better, and when they remove Watch Post, that should get better. So like hopefully things will get better. He's trying to abuse that, but he failed. But he failed! Ha ha ha. It would have been really bad if we lost that 50-50, but fortunately we are... I was going to say we're playing Demon Hunter and we get lucky, but we're not playing Demon Hunter. But it's because we played Demon Hunter earlier that we still gathered the karma to always be lucky, because Demon Hunter XD Keck W. Seems impressive that it's still doing relatively well. Yeah, it's like, I mean, I think it's just really tough, but like, yeah, I think I do pretty well, generally speaking, when it's like super crazy with my skill set, so to speak. But yeah, I mean, I think it's tough on everyone. Like somehow like Blizzard managed to like, because of like all the Deck of Lunacy games, like Standard is a complete shit fiesta. Wild has always been a complete shit fiesta, and now they kind of turned Arena also, temporarily at least. Arena is also kind of much more than normal a shit fiesta. So like literally every game mode is a complete shit fiesta right now. Except Battlegrounds, which is actually, people are complaining about Battlegrounds being bland right now. So, you know, I guess it's like the opposite problem. most losses are to Mage and then Demon Hunter and Druid. I wonder if I've ever lost to Druid. I have 8 losses versus Druid. What the hell? Seriously? Wait, is this current patch? Oh no, I'm 3-1 against Druid since the patch. I guess I'm supposed to play this one. I have, this is my stuff. I'm like barely above 50% against Demon Hunter. That's by far my worst matchup, which isn't surprising. Yeah, Mage is a pretty tough matchup too. Other than that, it looks like I don't lose against Warlock. Warlock Mirror, like I've played a lot more Warlock Mirror. Like I'm just really good at, like Warlock is kind of my specialty, and I also understand how to beat Warlocks because I'm good at Warlock. And then Warrior is like, apparently I crush Warriors too. Yeah, but it's like almost all my losses are either Demon Hunter or Mage. Couple Shaman losses, couple Rogue losses, but the hell? Mages are probably like the best example where it's just like you kind of just are kind of at the mercy of RNG right now because it's just, you know, all they're discovering stuff. And Priest honestly isn't any different, but I think they're just way more consistent than Priests are. I think Priests just aren't as good. Although I don't know. I thought when I looked at HS Replay, I thought Priest is actually like significantly higher on HS Replay, which is weird. I don't know. Which is weird because that doesn't match up at all. I think mages are just really hit or miss basically. So it's like when you see them at high wins, you see the ones that hit everything probably. It's kind of what it is. This might be the first time I've ever had the opportunity to play a Watch Post and not played it. Because I had to play 4 mana Consecration on this deck instead. You've lost, yeah, I was like 5, according to that, I was like 5-3 against Shaman, I think, yeah. 5 win, 3 loss. Shamans who have the right formula. I think Shamans are also really inconsistent, but it's just if they have the nuts, they kind of have the nuts, you know. You either play the 6 or you play this and this, I guess. This honestly seems really good, though. Can this guy stop playing War Axes? Like, seriously. What the hell? Stop. Guy's kind of running out of health. Because, yeah, like, the way I see Shaman right now, especially after if they actually consistently lose spell power to him, because I guess like sometimes they get in, sometimes they don't right now, but like Shaman seems like a class that doesn't really function very well unless if you get like very specific, like it's like if you get that kind of like tempo Shaman that just gets a bunch of guidances, you know, you get a whole bunch of guidance, and then suddenly like it just, that card just fills all of the holes basically that card has, that class has. Is honestly what it feels like. Am I supposed to trade here? It's like I don't want to, but I probably. Because like you're not setting up lethal because you trade, but I mean, you gotta figure they have some way to interact with the situation. I don't know, maybe I still should have Do I even want to play this? I might tap instead. I think I might even start with this. I mean, what spell would I even want? I don't know. Okay. We may have serious issues because we're kind of out of steam. Yeah, generally. I mean, also, I mean, he has a 5-2 stealth and a flyer, so like the 8-8 doesn't really do much. It just eats the flyer, right? This guy has no fear. Gotta respect that. Remember the last time earlier in the stream when I said our opponent has no fear and then we immediately top decked lethal? Yeah, it's like this is why sometimes it's appropriate to have fear. It's the thing, right? It's like Shaman has way less generation than Mage, but they're just as they're like actually I honestly feel like Shaman's more dependent on the generation than Mage is. That's the problem, is like it just doesn't work if you don't actually get it. Okay, the Fire Breather might be good. Like I'm gonna keep this because once it gets buffed, this thing becomes a 4/7 and that's just really good. This it's like I'm not sure about. I mean, we're gonna go coin scrap him into tap, so we can keep this. It's just we could also hit a watch post. Yeah, which would be totally fair. I mean, let's go for watch post. That's good too. What class do I have the most wins with? It might be Rogue. I'd have to check actually. I have the screenshot, let me look. But like it would be, I think it's Rogue because I used to play a lot of Rogue in Constructed. I think it is Rogue. For Arena, it's probably not Rogue. No, I have a little bit more Mage. This is it. I have more Mage on. This is on my main account, so it's not including my newer accounts, but it's yeah. Mage and Warlock and Mage and Rogue are by far the highest. What made me switch from Constructed to Arena? Well, I switched. I like kind of switched back in like 2014. I honestly like. I don't know. Like I honestly just never enjoyed. Like I tried to play. I was playing like Constructed kind of semi-competitively, like considering going pro back then. But I honestly just didn't enjoy it that much. I just honestly always enjoyed Arena more. So that's pretty much the simple reason. Like I've had the same problem in other like Constructed modes too. Like I played like Legends in Runeterra Constructed, but it's like I can like be interested for a while when there's like a carrot, like it's like you try to hit legend or you try to hit whatever their equivalent legend is or whatever. And then it's like I hit legend and I'm just like, I don't have the drive to like continue, like to really like try to do tournaments and stuff. I'm just like, it's like I kind of done almost, you know. And I think it's because I just innately do not enjoy constructed modes as much as I do like, you know, limited modes essentially. Because I think limited modes are just fit my personality and interests and better essentially in ways that I don't even completely understand, but like it's been a very consistent pattern, so. Let me look at this pick. Okay, so you already have a lot of late game, so Project's the best card, but you already have a lot of late game. So maybe you take... Don't need a 4 either. Your deck's probably good enough that maybe I would just take the Battle Lord. Does he have no healing, right? Yeah, it's like... Probably. This seems like fair and balanced and reasonable. Whenever a card makes you think it's fair and balanced and reasonable, you should probably play it, right? It's like it'd be better to tempo spend your mana efficiently, but I mean, this is just like totally fair and balanced and reasonable. So you like keeping Fire Breather on coin? It's possible, like, just because you're so likely to see, like, the Cyclone, maybe you just keep this card, honestly, just because of, like, you're expected to eat a Cyclone. And, like, Sugar Elementals, maybe. Maybe, like, specifically in this matchup. It might actually just be right. It's possible. Do we max tempo right into Flame Strike turn? Because as we know, surely nothing bad will happen, right? I don't really see another play. Yeah, hypothetically, he should have no finale, which is a good sign. It seems like he just has like a super tempo mage, right? Because like as we were talking about earlier, like I was saying, like shamans are way more dependent, even though they have less discover, they're way more dependent on the discover. Like you can always as mage just go full tempo. Like I think this guy, it seems like this guy's just full on tempo, right? Like you can do that. The difference is like with, it's really hard to actually make that completely work with shaman. It's like you just need the refill because they just don't have quite the same tools that something like mage does. The deck struggled with running out of steam. Yeah, it's like that's the thing, is like, because I was thinking about taking the Spectral Sight too, but it's just like it's a tough call there. It's not really what you want to take in that pack, but there's a world where maybe it's right. It's okay. It doesn't matter what's right when you have Watch Post. Watch Post! It's okay because as the people who say Watch Post is okay will say, our opponent should have just played around it by tempoing perfectly for the last 7 turns. They should have just not been behind, and they wouldn't be behind to a Watch Post, right? They should have thought about that. Doesn't even kill the Watch Post. Except the ping does. Evil Genius, your own 6-drop. Yeah, we'll play this one first. No problem. No problem. Should probably add a channel point command for like ask me what the pick is. I feel like I was gonna do that a while ago and I just never did it. Because I also just, you know, I just do it when people link it. Should probably make that channel point command, shouldn't I? That'd probably be a smart thing to do. Our opponent has 4 random things. Random, by the way. Boom. I should probably actually do that because I feel like I was gonna do that like literally like probably 5 months ago and then I just forgot and then I just never had the idea again. I should actually do that. I feel like this is the second time today we've gotten Ruined Orbed into Evocation by someone that was dead on board. And like super dead. I think Blizzard doesn't exist. Imagine if Blizzard was a spell in the game right now. What I think makes me better at Warlock mirrors, I think it's just that it's different. It's like very specific. Like the way you win a Warlock mirror is very different than the way you win any other matchup in the game, I think. And I think it's just honestly understanding that specific matchup. Because because I do think like Warlock is by far my best class. Like I just understand what makes them uncomfortable basically. Because like Warlock just, I think a lot of people see Warlock as this class that has all these really powerful effects and they can do all this crazy shit and they're really hard to engage with sometimes. But like, if you understand what they have very specific weaknesses, and if you understand their very specific weaknesses, like they crack, you know, if you pressure them in very specific ways. And I think that's what people don't really understand very well. Soul Rend is like a lot of face damage and clears everything. Wait, is this gonna be the Soul Rend lethal? This is gonna be the Soul Rend lethal, isn't it? This is gonna be a disaster if it's counterspell. It's never counterspell, right? Yes! We did it! Got him! Got him! Easiest Soul Rend lethal of our lives. Yeah, we don't talk about it if it's counterspell. It'd be counterspell is like by far the least likely secret, so it's usually not. But I mean, yeah, it would have been awkward. It's not like we'd be losing there though, right? Actually, I'm gonna keep this. I think it's like just based off of like for Warlock, like, yeah, it's like, I mean, a lot of people don't. It's a tough game sometimes because, like, you know, you can't always just face rush a Warlock, but yeah, I mean, generally you want to be pressuring. It's the entire, like, what I mean is essentially, well, it's like, first of all, like, just very specific, you know, things that, you know, their class doesn't deal with very well is part of it. But also just the fact that, like, you know, people are generally so used to like being able to win by card advantage, and you just have to understand against Warlock, like, you literally cannot win by card advantage. It just doesn't exist, right? That is a win condition that just straight up doesn't exist. So, you know, people don't play a lot of people don't really acknowledge that and play appropriately for that, right? I really kind of want to do this abusive Evil Genius because that's just really good, but then I also want to play this Watch Post. I'm not sure which is right. Coining Watch Post can never be wrong. It's like, this would be such a good play normally, but it's like, I just feel like this must still be better, right? Because even if he might try to like go for a Hand of It All and like buff and trade here, but then even then we have the Sergeant to go back. It's like, yeah, it's just, I mean, this card is just so dumb. Like, this used to be like one of the best plays you could ever do in that situation. But like, this card is so dumb, it's just like objectively better. Just so dumb. Yeah, I mean, this game is just over. This is like, I mean, this is honestly like the best example of like why this card just shouldn't exist. Like, this game literally ended on turn 2 because like this card was so much better than like this used to be like the best possible play. This literally used to be the best possible opening, a 1/3 into Sergeant Evil Genius against a 2/3. That literally used to be the best thing possible. You know, that used to be literally the best opening possible. And this is like, we're blowing out beyond what used to be the best opening possible. Like, literally 3 months ago. Now, not even 3 months ago, like literally 3 weeks ago. That was the best opening possible. It's insane. And this opening makes that opening look like absolute garbage in comparison. Let's evolve our damaged 3-drop. Haha, just kidding, it's more valuable than that, so we're actually not going to. I guess we evolve this one. Okay, that's not exactly what I wanted, but... Unfortunately, these aren't demons. We need to make these demons. How about only when you're playing Demon Hunter, these also summon demons, just so you can also Mosher them. That would be totally fair, right? I see no problem with that. We need Blizzard to make this change ASAP, so that, you know, the game will be more fair. All these things. That will be absolutely fair and reasonable. Yeah, it's like, as if we need it to be worse, right? Then we just play Scrap Him. Maybe we shouldn't even play the Scrap Him, because honestly, we have board space problems. That's when you know how dumb it is. It's like, we literally have board space problems. That's how far ahead we are. We're on 5 mana. We've only played 2 cards per turn, and we actually have just legitimate board space problems. Like, we're not even gonna get full... Okay, well, if he consecrates, we get value. That's fine. So he solved our board space problem. That's good. And I mean, there's only one play here. This is so dumb. Oh my god.
Quit distracting me. Quit distracting me.
So dumb. uh Our poor opponent's still trying. Dude, that's how dumb. Like, I make a very distinct point to not feel bad for paladins, but like, this just makes me like, it's not even like I would feel bad, but he's a paladin. Like, I actually just legitimately feel bad. Here's the thing. I think I just said that. I think I literally said this quote like 30 minutes ago. I was like, if you feel good with Watch Post, there's probably something wrong with you. Because like again, it's like it doesn't feel good. It just feels like I'm just like sitting here like this is the dumbest thing ever.
Let's have some fun.
That was one of the problems. I saw like one of the Blizzard people. They made a tweet when they were that it was like on day one. They're like, haha, I feel so good winning with Watch Post, and I'm like, oh, this is why. This is why we have to deal with this. It'd be like one of those things where you would have like a parody. You would have like a literally build like I could literally build a Twitter account of like, you know, like Blizzard people making tweets that are like, if you were to like actually build like a parody thing, you would say something like that, right? It would be like the actual thing. You would actually just like retweet that. You would just say like, this is literally like exactly what you would hope they would never say, but they just say it. They just tweet it out publicly, you know? Like, yeah. Thanks for the follow, Gunnasoul. I'm not saying anything. But, I mean, I'm just saying, I just said what I said, and, you know, it's clear enough, I think. I forget who exactly said that. I wouldn't say the name either, but... So it was just like hilarious. Yeah, so it's like, here's like a really good example, right? Like people would say like, oh, this card's balanced, you just have removal. It's like, okay, yeah, so our opponent literally spent 6 mana to kill our 3-drop, and we still have a 2/2 left over, right? Like what? But he knew that he had to do that. Because otherwise he would just lose the game instantly. I like the buff here because assuming he kind of wants to play the flyer on curve, so, you know, kind of makes sense mana-wise. Here, I guess we get a tap in. Because playing a 4 isn't particularly better than getting this guy down. What's up, Zimmy? How you doing? Zimney. Oh, great. Dude, that card is so good. What the hell? Whew. I want to play the Ring Matron, but just getting the Scrap Imp down is kind of good. Yeah, that also lets us do the Hosen, so let's do that. Talking about cards that are like disgusting and possibly shouldn't exist. Cards that make Ring Matron on curve not even feel good by comparison. Because like this is supposed to be like the best thing you could ever do on turn 6. Bad news for this guy though. Should have played around it or something. It's just, we're only this far ahead. Like, this guy probably would. Well, I mean, the thing is, like, that probably would have blown him out anyway, but, like, dude, we're just, like, so unbelievably far ahead because of the Watch Post. This guy's deck is actually kind of insane. I mean, we're at 7-0, right? But it's just Watch Post. Your 12-0 rogue. How many watch posts does it have? I can't read Russian. Actually, need to like learn the Russian alphabet. Because I like started to learn it, but then I didn't. I can tell most of the cards based on the cost and the animation. It's pretty aggressive rogue. Pretty aggressive rogue that just has a pro trick. Pretty legit. Dude, why is the hog not buffed? Blizzard? I need the hog to be buffed so this card can be even more broken. It's funny that we're not going to play anything or anything that was buffed by the scrap imp because this card is basically already scrap imp buffed. It doesn't need a scrap imp buff. It's just really good as it is. So your double Libram Judgment Paladin with Pole Celt went 12. Nice. Nice. Ah. Actually, we just keep this. Let's keep that. Yes! Turn 2, win the game. We did it, chat. We did it. We drew Watch Post. This guy doesn't know. We have better Watch Post. Can you imagine if you just installed Hearthstone and then this, you're like, what the hell? To be like, what's going on here? Excuse me. It's always Oasis Alley, right? Hearthstone Watch Posts of Warcraft. Basically. That kind of threatens our watch post. He just killed a 2-2 instead of a 3-2. You see the hesitation after he did that? It's like he realized like rather quickly. And he was just like, we don't talk about it. I don't want to let him kill the watch post for free, so. Okay, yeah, it is the thing that we thought it was. It sucks, but at least this thing can't kill the watch post for free, so. He can freeze the watch post so that it can't attack. I mean, everyone knows you used a Hearthstone. If you freeze a minion, it can't attack and then it can't do anything, right? That's how it works. He actually seriously misplayed. Because if he did this last, then I wouldn't have gotten a 2-2. That's actually a really big mistake. This guy must be new. You guys already screwed up twice really badly. But Boom, boom. Fire breather? We just keep ignoring this forever till the end of time. Yeah, we should just...
It's perfectly harmless to me.
Guess I can kill this. Yeah, let's just kill that now. Huh.
We'll be fine. It wasn't that big.
It's kind of funny how many times, because we've been so far ahead because of Watch Post, how many times we've done this where we've gotten like absolutely zero value out of the lifesteal. We've seen a lot of Mask of Cthunes today, what the hell? We need a trigger for this. Well, I don't think you asked me, but like, yeah, how was the... I actually haven't... I don't think I've actually been offered the 4-mana 5/5 pirate. I don't think I've been offered it a single time. I actually don't think I've been offered it once. I'm like 14 drafts in. I don't think I've even seen it once. Yeah. We don't like mages anymore. Alright, we'll go for this. Turn 1. Actually, honestly, do we just eat the initiate? Maybe we play initiate on one to planning on eating it. Because like, what's he gonna do? Play the 2-1 rush? No one would ever play the 2-1 rush, right?
Side effects? No. Trust me.
You served your... What the... The hell is this?
An incredible discovery.
The hell is this crap? Dude, why do I even drop this card? Dude, what the... Okay. So I kind of want to play this. We should attack first in case it's what it always is. It's actually just always that card.
It's perfectly harmless to me.
It's a weird card for this class because it's like the corrupt honestly just doesn't matter. It's not like it doesn't matter to draw a card in this class, but like, you know, it doesn't. I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but I mean it doesn't matter, you know. I'm not saying it doesn't matter though, but it doesn't matter. In this particular class, it's such small of an upside for the corrupt.
I know a soul when I smell it. You got burned.
But it actually does matter a little bit. It's just, you know, not nearly as much as it does in all the other classes.
You want it? I got it.
Hogs on the loose.
Definitely. It's why I like Warlock, though, honestly, is like, you know, just the way you value things does change dramatically. Because it's not like a card draw doesn't mean anything, but it's just, it really is evaluated completely differently. Oh. It's always been really weird when I've been in these situations. So I think we just hose in that, and honestly, it's like, well, no, we should choose what we want to have go in with. So we're gonna value trade this. Whatever we want to have go in should just go in. Like this needs to not attack, and I guess this needs to not attack. We need to have like one other one also not attack.
Wear it well.
But yeah, it's like we can't kill this unless
You got burned.
I'm not sure. Okay, so it went there. It's fine. Yeah, it's like it's. I don't know if that's exactly like the optimal way to do that. There's like, it's really weird to try to like sequence against that card. It's honestly just really weird. It doesn't feel like there's like an optimal way to do it, even. Maybe I should have taken the, I honestly just skipped over Wicked Whispers because I'm used to it being a bad card, but like that might have been better than this. This is, they're probably gonna do the same thing. They're both just reach, right? So it's probably doesn't matter, but this is like, if he doesn't clear us, then we win anyway. So like, it's probably just no difference. Like the only situation it would actually matter probably would be like against a counter spell.
My powers are never truly gone.
You would just all smarked against the 4/8. And I kind of wanted to like give a little bit of respect to AoE, but it could have been all smork. I don't know. This is the problem. A couple points off. He has a lot of, like, we could actually die. We died a double fireball. We died to a lot less than double fireball. It could have been better to go all phase. Like, I mean, I guess like a mage who can self-trigger it, it's like, if they have like an AoE, then I think you get, if you go all phase and they have an AoE, I think you get full cleared. Though. So I don't know. I like how he still kills this. Even though he like literally, he must have an one of these must be ice barrier, right? There's no way he would do that if one of them wasn't ice barrier. Problem for him is that he's like totally dead. It's actually not completely dead, huh? So we're actually one off. guess we're tapping then. The thing is, like, I don't even know what that helps us. Almost like, I don't even know if we can... Like, it's like really hard for us to actually get there now, it seems like. He's gonna like full trade though, probably. And we're just gonna go like double AoE, I guess. Are we supposed to Fellfire? It would never help us, right? We pass. You pass, right?
It's not just the city of changeless.
Yeah, I think there's no reason to play it first. Yeah, we actually would have lost the win had we done it first.
My magic will tear you apart.
Easiest game of our life. Oh my god. Ugh. Ever doubted for a second? Add him as a friend. Like, hey, how'd you feel about that game? How did that game make you feel on a scale from 1 to uninstall? Because I was honestly thinking, I was like, I just don't see how we actually get the lethal. And then you see that card and you're like, ah, touche. It's my opinion of Fell Guardians. I've never been big on it, but I mean, it's playable. I don't know. Yeah. Watch Post. It's like, seems fine. Like, I don't know, especially with what Demon Hunter gets offered now. It's like, I feel like it would usually just not be the pick, but it's not bad. It's just not, just not good. Especially when it's like, also it's like, you know, you open yourself up to like Cycle and Demon Hunter Mirror, which unfortunately is like a real concern right now, you know? Although we keep running into mages, apparently, it seems like, so. I don't know. Maybe it's not that big a deal. Doing this because it's like, it kind of owns a Mirror entity. It's never mirror entity because we always know it's always Oasis Alley, but you know. Targeting the thing that isn't the watch post. That is interesting. Must be like a 3-mana freeze minion. Shadow Weaver, that thing, maybe? Dude, why am I so good at this? I'm never wrong, chat. Never wrong. So the problem is we're gonna give him a water elemental, right? Okay, we're not gonna give him water elemental actually. Damn, I don't even want this because it's too late. It's like objectively this might even be wrong because like I almost feel like we just, I mean, of course I'm gonna take it, you know. This is the first time I've ever actually had this card in my hand, I'm pretty sure, so I mean I'm not gonna not take it. Like, yeah, like this is like exactly what we needed, right? I mean, we already got like 16 mana worth of stats out of our 3-drop, and now we also just need the most broken card literally ever printed in the history of the game. That's obviously what we needed, right? Like, let's just be honest. But maybe it is okay because it is actually 4 reach. Even if all you care about is face damage, it's 4 reach. So, assuming you actually can stick a minion at any point in the game ever, so. I really don't want. The thing is like, it's so sad that like honestly, like unironically with this card, I've had serious issue. My experience with playing is you have actual like legitimate board space issues frequently with this card. It actually kind of limits the power level of this card that you actually just frequently run out of board space. It's just so dumb. How does he not kill the last turn? I just played the taunt, right? So. We're gonna get another Soul Rend lethal. Man, I remember like in the draft, like I doubted this deck so hard. I was like, this deck seems like so dysfunctional. Because honestly, this deck is dysfunctional, but we have watch posts. So it just didn't matter. Yeah, this is like truly the tragedy. Like we get Ysera, but we can't even play it. Because he's actually just dead. Like I don't even get to play it, man. I've lost how many games to this card and I don't even get to play it. Because we have lethal. Like, I actually just don't get to play it. Feels bad, man. I won too fast. I won too fast. Because my 3-drop literally dealt like... My 3-drop killed like... something like 6 to 8 mana worth of his minions and also dealt like 14 damage to his face. I don't know how I feel about... Maybe beating a few Warlocks on the way. I feel like this isn't the matchup I would prefer, but... It's not like it's the end of the world. Okay, so as long as he doesn't coin a watch post. It's not a watch post. Oh. Again, it's like I would normally watch her, but I mean. So dumb. The issue is like Warlock actually has, I think out of all classes, Warlock has the most ways to actually deal with Watch Post. Because they have Soul Rend, they have, like, if he could, like, trade the 2-3 in, he has Hellfire, he has, you know, they have Fellfire Potion, they have Abyssal Enforcer later, like, they just have actually a huge number of ways to deal with it. So it might not win the game by itself. It's a big might, but it might not. Yeah, that's actually like a pretty good answer. So we I don't think we can stop that, huh? We're a little bit short of actually stopping that. Oh, he just coined for no reason. You're not wrong. So yeah, unfortunately Mosher is just 1 damage off. If only we had Abusive Sergeant in our hand. Oh man, if we had Abusive Sergeant in our hand. Oh man. So we also have a 1 in 3 to just completely troll the shit out of him. No! Missed auto win. Truly a tragedy. Dude, the speed at which... Oh no, like I normally would say that, like the fact that they misplay coin like that. I mean, I feel like that's just watch post tilt, and I feel like that's honestly understandable. It probably doesn't necessarily mean he has no idea what he's doing. He probably is just tilted because we played a watch post top decked on curve, which I would be too. I probably wouldn't do that misplay, but you know, it's understandable to be tilted when, you know, when you see your opponent top deck a card that literally lowers your win rate by 15% on turn 3. Like, yeah. It's understandable to be tilted.
Side effects? No. Trust me.
Actually, really awkward turn. No, we have the Mosher. I guess we're doing the Mosher. But God, it's like it actually just doesn't work right now. When he coined, you thought he was gonna Soul Rend. Maybe he was like considering it, and well, he would have done it, right? Because it would have been, he would have won the game instantly. But he must not have it. And maybe Barrens. It's possible. Really awkward turn. I mean, I think we're tapping. I guess it's just this.
Hogs on the loose.
Is he Hellfire? Oh, thank God. If it's Hellfire, we just get like ended. I forgot this card even exists. Huh. Oh. Why? Honestly, it's been so long, I honestly just straight up forgot that card even was printed. Do we save the flyer? I want to corrupt the cascading, but obviously we're not going to do that right now. I think I'll just do this. I guess the only problem with this play is that this would be his abyssal turn. So even if I put the Hosen out, it doesn't really contest it. Okay, he doesn't have it. To play around the abyssal, I guess I probably should have done the Mosher play to play around abyssal actually. Because I didn't want to do that, but to play around abyssal I probably should have. Because you would be left with a 3-1, right? Would be the whole point. I was gonna do this, but maybe I should just tap and play that. I'm not sure. Maybe this is better. Tapping this is better. But then I would tap middle and then I would feel like a noob. And given that we know he doesn't have Hellfire or Abyssal Enforcer, this might just be better anyway. Okay, so I mean, 4-mana Deadly Shot is sometimes just worth it, apparently. Probably just take this. This poor guy. Yeah, so if I did the other thing, I would have had 1 more damage on board, so I would have had guaranteed lethal now. But I don't think he stops us, regardless. This must be lethal, right? I don't think we had lethal on board, but yeah, that's lethal. Yeah. Bullying these poor warlocks. Poor souls. And this is what happens when you draft 2 watch posts, basically, apparently. This was such a mess of a deck, too. Like, I honestly didn't even think this deck was gonna do well, but... Watch post is a hell of a thing. It's just like we had such consistent turn 3 power plays that really, like, not just the watch post, but even the other stuff. Like, it was just so consistent that we just always got ahead off of the early game. So yeah, not bad. We got a golden 3/7. The game's like, you get the golden worst card ever printed. That's what you get for that. The game's like, all right, you don't deserve more, but it's okay. Oh yeah, GG.